Let me tell you something that should scare you way more than failure. You didn't ruin your life in some dramatic Hollywood blockbuster explosion. You didn't crash and burn. You didn't hit rock bottom with sirens and headlines. You did something far worse and far more dangerous. You slowly disappointed yourself until that just became normal. No chaos, no big collapse, just quiet agreement with mediocrity. And if that made your chest tighten, even slightly, then good. That's not offence. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Here's the thing that no one tells capable men like me and you. Most lives don't just fall apart in some dramatic way. They fade out. And they fade out while looking fine from the outside in to everybody else around you. You still go to work. You might still go football. You still reply to the messages and you still function. But inside, there's this low-level, constant tension. Feeling like you're late for something, but you can't remember what, or you forgot something. That's not anxiety and that's not stress. That's you knowing that you're not living up to what you're capable of, what you know you're capable of. And here's the worst part. You can't even point to like one catastrophic mistake that you've made. So you keep telling yourself that I'm all right, it's not that bad, I'll sort it soon, I'll lock in soon, changes are coming. But soon becomes months and months become years. And suddenly you're just older, more tired, and way better at lying to yourself. But here's how men actually destroy their lives. You don't destroy your life with one bad, terrible decision. You destroy it by breaking the small promises to yourself over and over and over and over again. You said you'd train, you didn't. You said you'd cut back on the drugs and the alcohol, you didn't. You said you'd get focused, you drifted. You said next Monday, and then you decided, oh, actually, when things calm down. And every time you talked and you carry on teaching your nervous system something, not consciously, but subconsciously. You've taught it that I don't follow through. I can't be relied on. My word doesn't mean much. It means fuck all. So your confidence didn't just disappear. You self-trusted. And without self-trust, everything else just becomes unstable. Motivation becomes unreliable. Focus comes and goes. Discipline just feels exhausting. And the worst thing is you're not lazy. You're just internally divided. And that's where all the fake smiles come from. Yeah, I'm living a dream. Here's where it gets dangerous. From the outside, looking in, you look okay. People think you're doing fine. Some even think that you're doing well on paper by their standards. So you smile, you joke, you show up. But privately, deep down, you know you're coasting. You know you're capable of more. And you know that you're avoiding something. You know what that is. And that gap between who you are and who you could be, that gap eventually becomes resentment and self-hatred. So you start snapping at small things. You feel irritated for no clear reason. You start losing patience with people who are close to you. And they're the people that don't deserve it. Your family, your friends, your mum, your dad. Not because they've done anything wrong, but because you're frustrated with yourself. And you can't admit that without admitting responsibility. So instead, you numb it, scrolling, drinking, distractions, busyness disguised as progress. My way of distracting myself was drugs and crime. It doesn't have to be anything dramatic though. It's just enough noise to avoid that silence. And here's why pretending that you're okay is exhausting. Pretending you're fine takes way more energy than changing. That's the irony. Holding it together, maintaining the image, convincing yourself that it's not that deep. It's draining. You wake up tired even when you've slept. You feel overwhelmed even on easy days. You avoid being alone with your thoughts and you start to think that something is wrong with you. But there isn't. Nothing that's not fixable anyway. What's wrong is that you're living out of alignment with your standards and your body's always keeping score. Now my life's in alignment rather than fucked and out of alignment. It's beautiful. The way things just piece together and feed into each other. So let's clear up something right now. This is not a motivation problem, because motivation is a sugar rush. It spikes, feels good, then crashes and leaves you wanting more. Because if motivation was a solution, you'd already be sorted because you've watched the videos, you've read the posts, you've had the I'm done moments. But they just don't last, because motivation doesn't create identity, but structure does. Structure in daily systems that compounds. Here's the real reason that you feel stuck. You don't feel stuck because you lack information. You feel stuck because your life has got no daily non-negotiables. Everything's optional. Everything's based on mood, how you feel today. Everything's open for debate with yourself. And do you want to know what the brutal truth is? If you negotiate with yourself every single day, You're going to lose respect for yourself every single day until there's nothing left. It's not loud, but quietly, until one day you wake up and you realise that you don't even trust yourself at all. You don't really know who you are when you take away all your shiny objects in your car and your job. But here's why smart men stay stuck the longest. This part matters because you're intelligent, self-aware, and you can think deeply, which means you can explain everything. You can rationalise skipping what you need to do. You can justify drifting. You can make a convincing case on why now isn't the right time. But smart men don't avoid change dramatically. They avoid it cleanly. They stay reasonable, they stay logical, but most of all, they stay stuck. And the turning point is what most men miss, because the shift doesn't come from inspiration. It comes from removing the choice. Because when I stopped asking myself how I felt and started deciding who I was, everything changed. Train the body daily, no debate. Train the mind daily, no exceptions. That's reading, journaling, moving. They're not extreme, they're not heroic. It's boring, consistent, non-negotiable. And slowly, something started to rebuild itself. It wasn't motivation, it was self-trust and love. Confidence is evidence. You don't build up confidence by telling yourself, I am confident. You build it by keeping the promises to yourself. Your body doesn't listen to your words, it listens to your patterns that you repeat repeatedly. Every time you show up, it takes note. Every time you don't show up, it also takes note. And it's like keeping score. Confidence is just accumulated proof of small daily wins. That's it. So you're probably thinking, why does this matter now? Here's the part that you might not like, because I just say it as it is. Nothing external is coming to save you. No perfect moment, no sudden clarity, no sign from the universe, no handout from the government. If you keep living like this, you won't implode or explode. You'll just wake up one day older, more tired, and even more quietly angry at yourself. That's the real risk. Not failure, but regret. So you've got a direct choice right now. So here is the choice. Stripped of all the drama and all the confusion, you can keep tolerating a life that feels fine, but empty, or you can build a daily structure that slowly makes you solid again. Not overnight, not magically, but inevitably, non-stop, consistent momentum. So here's what I actually do. This is what I do every single day. I work with and I help capable men who look successful on paper, but they feel stuck, inconsistent, frustrated, and we rebuild their discipline, their structure, and their self-trust through a simple daily system. No hype, no motivational stuff, just rules, systems, and results. So if you want the free blueprint that I use myself and I give to all my private clients, comment the word blueprint or click the link in the description, download it for free. And if you don't, at least stop lying to yourself, because drifting isn't neutral. Drifting is a decision, and deep down, you already know that. So the next move's on you. I'll see you in the next video, but don't bother clicking on the next video if you're not going to click and download the free blueprint that's changed so many lives, including my own and so many of my clients. Let's fucking have it.